YouTube squad, spiritual family, what's up, y'all? Okay, so FYI, I don't know what's going on with my YouTube. I don't know if it's my phone. I don't know if it's the app. I don't know if it's the algorithm. I don't know if maybe I said the wrong thing and now I'm on some strange ban. I don't know how this works, but all I know is I've been trying to upload videos for you guys. I've had one particular video that's been trying to upload for the last 3 days now. Won't seem to upload. So my apologies. I know the content has not been consistent, and I know that some of you guys out there have expressed a lot of appreciation for me making this content and letting me know that it's really helping you guys. And that's a beautiful thing, because really that's why I do this, guys. It's partially for me and it's partially for y'all. It's a way of me paying it forward, because I got put on the path of retention. You know, I was made aware of this practice. I was made aware that there's a whole community out there of men who are practicing this and who are, you know, leaning into this life of celibacy, you know, going monk mode and putting down lust, you know, and focusing on self-improvement and focusing on God, and just making major transformations personally as an individual. And you know, that all happened through YouTube for me. You know, that this is where I found that there are other men that are doing this, that are having results, and that there's a whole community around this. And so as I started to walk the path, as I started to retain, as I started to experience the benefits of that, I felt that I should start making some content about this and contribute to this greater cause of this growing number of men who are kind of coming into this very deep realization and awareness about the power of sexual life force energy, and about the dangers of using it in ways that are irresponsible, or ways that are out of accordance with natural law, meaning that you're doing it purely for the dopamine high. You're doing it purely for distraction, you know, to distract yourself, to gratify the senses, et cetera, and you're doing it outside of the context of, you know, a deep, intimate bond with a person who you intend to share the rest of your life with and grow a family with, you know, because ultimately that's what the purpose of our sexual urges are to encourage us to multiply and be fruitful. But if we don't do that in accordance with natural law, if we are irresponsible with that energy, if we're overusing it, if we are addicted to it, obsessed with it, etc., then it causes tremendous problems in our lives. And anybody that's watching this channel, you know, you wouldn't find me here if you didn't on some level relate to what I'm talking about. Like, nobody comes to this path because everything was going so well in their lives. Like, everything was going so well because you felt so great after you rubbed one out on the internet, because you felt so great in these toxic relationships, because you felt so great being lured around by your desire to have sex. You know, being a simp, to put it simply, is a terrible place to be as a man. There's really no way you can, like, lay your head down at the end of the night and feel good about yourself when that's how you are. And I was that way for many years, but I didn't know it. See, I had no awareness or consciousness. I didn't even have that word wasn't even part of my vocabulary. I didn't know what that was, you guys. I didn't realize almost everything I did, you know, whether it was the gym, whether it was work, whether it was, you know, anything I did to improve myself was to make me a more viable candidate for sex. You know, I just wanted to get a higher place on the hierarchy socially, so that I'm the one that the chicks notice, so that I'm the one that gets the girl, or if I have the girl, I keep the girl. You know, and so much of what I do really came down to that. And if I wasn't getting what I want from a female, then I'd get it on the internet, or I'd get it from, you know, pictures in my phone and, you know, sexting and all of that stuff, you know. And it was a constant thing for me for, you know, a solid 2 decades, I'd say. Yeah, because I started this around, I'm 37 now. I started this shortly after I turned 37. And I'd say my addiction to this stuff started probably, I mean, it's been more than 20 years, because my addiction to this stuff, my obsession with this stuff started in high school. You know, I was probably 13, 14 years old when this really started to become an issue. I didn't know it was an issue. People around me noticed it was an issue. My first girlfriend and second girlfriend and third girlfriend, and all of them at some point noticed something was slightly awry with me, that I had a dependency level that exceeded their ability to satisfy, let's put it that way. I've also been in relationships where I was with somebody where I didn't feel like I could keep up with them, you know, and then insecurity sets in. But, you know, I don't stop seeking pleasure in that way. I just get it other ways. In any case, the reason I'm making this video, you guys, is this one's a little different. This one is like, I'm kind of reaching out to y'all for support, because I'm about 9 months down the road on this journey. It's a lot longer than I thought I'd make it, and because of how profound the changes in myself have been as a result of doing this, I have no intention of stopping. However, it has recently become much more difficult. I had a what I would call a grace period with it, where it was just sort of like, it felt natural. It felt like the natural response to getting out of the most toxic, painful relationship and long, drawn-out breakup with all kinds of betrayal and lies and manipulation and narcissism. And I mean, it was the worst experience of my life, which is really saying something, because I've been in some really dark places in my life, you guys. I've seen a lot of close friends die of drug overdoses. I used to be involved with some really shady people, and I've been in some really shady situations, and a lot of I could go on and on, but this relationship, you guys, was the worst thing that ever happened in my life emotionally, the most painful thing I ever experienced. So that's what pushed me in this direction. And so it was a very natural sort of response to this, to say, you know what, I've got to put all of this stuff aside for a while. Letting go of her, letting go of the sex, letting go of the validation, the emotional validation, and the sense of security that was very much an illusion, total illusion. There was no real security there. This person had multiple personalities and really didn't have a conscience, and was severely damaged. And but she was 10 out of 10 supermodel. The sex was so good for me that I overlooked every possible red flag, and if current me would have been in this situation now, I would have broken up with this girl probably within a month of dating her, because the red flags would have been so extreme. I would have said, well, you know what, best of luck to you, but we're done. But I didn't do that. The situation dragged out for years, and it nearly destroyed my entire life. And so putting the pieces back together, semen retention has been critical to that process for me in healing and restoring my sense of self-respect and self-worth, and my dignity and my vitality and my vigor and my youth and my will to live. And I could go on and on. Also financially and professionally, everything has improved for me. So life is objectively much better right now than it was a year ago, like way better. But I'm starting to finally really, really struggle with temptation around sex, and around, I'm having, my libido is returning. It's not like it went away, but I'd say I kind of shifted gears. I kind of went from being in like 6th gear with my libido during this relationship, and during the short time period, after it, where I was like was sleeping with various girls, like trying to get over it, using sex to get over it, hoping I would develop some bond with one of these other women that would help me get over the last one. And it just doesn't work that way. All I did was form more soul ties. My life got more chaotic. I felt more empty. And so, you know, hence semen retention, where I've started to heal all of this stuff and realize that there is no solution like that. There is no sexual solution to a spiritual problem, you guys. We need a spiritual solution to a spiritual problem. And my sexual activity, my sexual immorality, my attachment to sex was rooted in a spiritual problem. So we're addressing that now. But you guys, my sense of libido, it's like, I don't know what's going on with me lately, but we're like back in 6th gear again. It's very intense. And I'm back, you know, I'm in the working world. I'm working multiple jobs. I'm dealing with people, lots of people every day. I work mostly with women. And now that everybody's kind of gotten comfortable with me and gotten to know me a little bit, and especially now that people know that I'm celibate and I'm serious about that, a lot of these women have sort of like let their guard down. And now I'm getting told that, you know, I'm the hottest guy in the restaurant and stuff like this. And I'm not trying to boost my ego. I'm just telling you guys this is what's happening in my life, is I've got all these women essentially throwing themselves at me right now. And I'm not, fortunately, I guess for me, I don't happen to be attracted to any of the women that I'm working with. So, some of them are very attractive. I'm not saying that they're not attractive. I'm just saying I'm personally in a space where it's like, if your energy isn't pristine, if I don't, like, there has to be not even the slightest inkling of a red flag with you, or else I can't even go there in my mind. Like, it's just absolutely not. I'm not gonna get into another soul tie. I'm not gonna complicate things any more than they already are. I already have a lot on my plate, working multiple jobs, producing all of these albums, trying to launch multiple businesses. I've got so many irons in the fire right now, you guys, and it's taken everything I got to keep the momentum going here. And so it's like the last thing I need is to get involved with any female, especially modern females, especially if they happen to be physically attractive. Because I've noticed the more beautiful a woman is, especially these days, younger women especially, the way that they get treated in the world, it messes their heads up, you guys. So a lot of these women are messed up in the head, and it's not even their fault. We can't do that bullshit thing that a lot of guys do, where it's like, oh, you women are just crazy. Well, yeah, a lot of them are, but so are we, you guys. And the reason why a lot of women are so messed up is because men are so messed up. You know, they weren't born that way. You know, and you've noticed that the most beautiful women often are the ones that have the most issues when it comes to men and their own egos and their own self-esteem. I mean, they've been treated like objects and lusted after by creepy old men. And I mean, they have a reason to be the way they are, you guys. And the fact that it's so easy to just start an OnlyFans and make a bunch of money, just profit off of the lust of all of these men that are hiding in their bedrooms, you know, doing all this stuff. I mean, it's a very sick culture, a very sick world. So I'm having a really hard time even considering the dating or giving any of these girls any of my attention. At the same time, though, like I said, my libido's back, and I'm talking to one girl right now, and we haven't even hung out in person yet. We've just been talking, and she's no red flags, man, not at all. And I'm actually kind of scared. I'm kind of scared about it, because I'm like, well, this is somebody that actually, like, I could spend some time with, and it might actually be a positive thing. And she respects where I'm coming from. She knows where I'm coming from, and she's got a similar kind of story, and she's in a similar kind of space in life. And so we have plans to hang out. And honestly, I'm just leveling with you guys. I try to keep it real on this channel. This channel's all about being real. Like, this is me just being vulnerable with you guys on the internet, because I think that's very rare on the internet. And so I try to increase the amount of authenticity that's happening out here on this platform. Just get totally real with you guys, because I know you're going to relate. You know, when I'm real, those of you who are also real, you're going to feel me on this, and you're going to appreciate the fact that somebody else knows what you're going through. All right, so I'm experiencing some fear around this, because I'm already noticing that I'm having like feelings a little bit. Nothing's even really happened with this person, but I'm already having like some feelings, and I have a lot of trauma attached to that, because last time I had feelings for somebody, I ended up suicidal, man. It brought me to my knees, man. It like, just I allowed it to nearly destroy me in my life. And it's taken about a year now to kind of like rebuild, put the pieces back together, and become a whole person again. So having the feelings for a girl is scary for me, right? It's scary. And I also, at the same time, it's like, I don't consider myself fully healed. I'm still in the process of healing. So I'm very concerned about, you know, hurting her, you know, unintentionally somehow, because maybe I still have work to do. Maybe I still have some growing to do, some healing to do that I'm not aware of currently. And that might get in the way of her process. Who knows? There's so many things that can happen, you know, in a relationship. And so I'm very hesitant. I'm scared to even meet with this person, because the thing I'm most afraid of is that we hit it off and that there's feelings and they're mutual. That's what I'm most afraid of, to be perfectly honest. And I don't really know how to proceed, because I'm starting to have those desires again for sex. And not only that, but, you know, just to be real with you guys, like today, I almost relapsed. I found some old pictures in my phone is what happened that I thought I'd deleted. Ex-girlfriends, you know, stuff, these type of pictures that girls send you. And I caught myself looking at them and kind of like edging on it, and just like feeling very, very compelled to have a release for the first time in like 9 months. And, you know, my ego's coming in and saying like, look how far you've made it. What's one time, you know, just what's it really matter? But on the deeper part of myself and my soul, I know it really does matter. And it's not even so much about the physical release of the semen. It's about what goes on psychologically and emotionally. It's about moving backwards instead of moving forwards. I feel like if I'm going to do this, that's taking a few steps backwards. And I don't want to do that, because it's taken so much work, so much discipline, so much fortitude and endurance to make it this far. I don't want to go backwards, man. I want to go forwards. So I'm in a spot where it's why I'm making this video, you guys. So please comment, because I know you all have some wisdom. You all have some insight, especially if you're on retention, because your discernment, your discernment is high. And maybe y'all have some insight on this matter that I may not, or some words of encouragement or anything at all. So you guys know I spend a lot of time and energy making this content. I do it for free. I don't make any money on this. It's just a way of paying it forward. It's a way of me feeding my soul. It's a way of me transmuting this energy that I'm cultivating as well. So I'm here for you guys that are on this journey, for support. And I'm asking y'all for a little bit of support right now on my journey, because I don't want to give up, and I don't want to fall back into old patterns. But I'm feeling a lot of temptation right now, you guys. So, all right, there it is. I spilled the beans. Hope you guys are killing it. Hope you guys are crushing it, making progress on your spiritual journey. If you are falling short in certain ways, it's only because you're human. I do too. We all do. It's fine. So hence the importance of having these communal spaces, even if they're online, where we can discuss this stuff and support each other on this journey, because it's definitely not easy. It's not an easy one, and we are rare. We are the few and the far between. We are less than 1% of the population, I'm sure. So we got to stick together, you guys. Support each other, and encourage each other, motivate each other, and stay the course. All right, so with that, signing out. Much love. Peace.